So I think it goes without saying that Star Citizen 4.0 was not the launch we were all expecting. And although there are some fantastic things that came with 4.0, like Pyro or Guardian, there's a lot to talk about in terms of the scope and where this game is really going. I'm going to give you a brief insight into my own experience of 4.0's PTU experience, and unfortunately it isn't even on live yet, so we can talk a little bit about that as well. If you don't know who I am, my name is Stewie. I haven't made a video in fucking forever because I've just been busy. So thank you very much for being here and watching this. Hopefully we can have a little chat about Star Citizen. Alright, so let's start off with the big one, Pyro. Pyro is definitely a good addition to the game, no doubt about it. Stanton was getting boring and we needed a new sandbox. But it is just another sandbox. It's not particularly special and it's not really that different from Stanton as a whole. There are different missions and there's lots of things for you to explore which I won't spoil here, and there's lots of things that even I haven't even discovered yet. My favourite thing about Pyro personally is definitely going to be the outpost that you can take over and shoot people at and have a good fun, you know, playing a bit of PvE. But it is a PvP environment wholeheartedly, and so in all of these environments you will expect to encounter some sort of PvP. If you do not like PvP, Pyro is probably not for you. Pyro is also massive. Compared to Stanton, it's ginormous. You've got almost double the planets, double the moons, double the surface area to explore. The space itself is also more than twice as big. The distance between areas is also massive, so there's another thing to say about resources. Pyro is a resource-rich environment, which is odd because the whole point of Pyro back in the day was that it was once a resource-rich environment, mined to hell, and then no longer resource-rich. I think, obviously, for gameplay's sake and for the sake of a enjoyable experience, that part of the story of Pyro has had to change. But change is kind of the main word for 4.0, isn't it? We're changing the game, we're changing how people play, and we're changing the stability as well. Although definitely there are things to say about the stability of 4.0, overall, game performance is vastly improved from 3.24. It is insane now what you get away with when you're on some pretty good or just generic hardware. I've got a 3090, so yeah, I'm preaching a bit to the choir. But if you are on something less, 1080 or a 1070 or a 2070 or a 4070, any of these 70 series cards, you should find that you get a really good experience now in Star Citizen, just as a basic expectation. And although the basic expectation is good frame rates, still unfortunately can't say the same about the server performance. It is a real shame that with 4.0 and server meshing, it didn't seem to solve the overarching problem that is SIG servers. This is a bit of a point of contention for me. The reason I haven't made videos for a long time and the reason I've not been streaming Star Citizen for a very long time is because I simply can't get over how mind-numbingly difficult it is to simply play a single play session. Some of you are stronger-willed and more determined than I, and people like Detox or regular streamers that you might watch put themselves through the ringer every single day just to get you guys some good content. I don't treat YouTube the same way. I treat YouTube as a place to upload my thoughts and my feelings and my experiences on things that I enjoy. And simply put, I'm not enjoying Star Citizen at the moment. It doesn't mean I don't enjoy moments within Star Citizen. As you can see here, I absolutely loved the FPS combat in these new sort of contested zones. But overall, the game is still 3.24 with a 4.0 skin. You're still doing bounty missions to hunt down AI that don't really fight back. You're not really able to catch players because, well, you can't track them. All the missions are the same, if not even buggier. Delivery missions do not work still. And I wouldn't be able to recommend this game to someone in the state that it's in like I would normally. Sometimes in the past, I've always said that if you can work around the bugs, then the game is worth playing. However, having seen the developers do what they've done and how far they've come in the years that they've been working on 4.0, it is harder for me now to actually say that yes, things will get better. Because simply put, they haven't. And until we see real stability and real change in the game, I would never purposefully push this product on someone. Not at the moment anyway. Obviously, if you like what you see and you can work around bugs and you have the patience for it, then heck, the game is well worth it. But 4.0 is not a saving grace from the problems of 3.24. So don't come into 4.0 expecting it to solve all of your problems. It simply won't. In fact, it might even introduce more. All the new ships, though, that have come with 4.0, whether that be the Mark II Hornet, whether that be the Guardian, all of these ships are really fun to fly. So, at least in one direction, SIG are really improving the experience. Almost every ship that comes out now, like the soon-to-be Super Hornet Mark II, is coming with updated internals, much better weapon loadouts, much better player experiences as well, buttons in the right place, features that just make sense. The Zeus Mark II, for example, a brilliant ship with some really well thought out interior design. But is that the only reason we play Star Citizen? I personally play Star Citizen mostly for the FPS combat, which is weird to say because I understand it's a space game. And that means I enjoy playing with other people. But if you are aware of what was supposed to come with 4.0, like the mechanic work, all that sort of stuff is not in here. And I don't know how long it's going to be until that multi-crew gameplay is really fleshed out the way I would want it to be. I sort of wanted to make this video as a brief demonstration of 4.0 and also as a topic of discussion for what it is you and I might be missing from 4.0, so we can discuss it in the comments and sort of figure out how we can get the most enjoyment out of what we do have, even if what we want isn't here. I know that for me, playing Star Citizen will and has always required friends. That is why an org is so important. I play with my org as often as I can, which at the moment isn't very regularly because 40k has my attention massively. And if it isn't Star Citizen, I'm always honing my skills in something like Hunt Showdown. But Star Citizen is still a really precious place for me to come in and play. Star Marine is a place I play solo a lot of the time, and if I'm lucky enough to get into a group of a few friends and maybe even a streamer or two and thrash them at Star Marine, that is a very happy day for me. I tend to really enjoy playing this game in groups, and maybe if this video has put you off of trying 4.0 or trying Star Citizen, try it on a free fly time with your friends. You'll experience the game how it's meant to be played, because the solo experience is definitely not worth it. Thought I heard someone behind me. Where did you come from? You weren't here 10 seconds ago. Fuck! That is that. Plus, when you go down, like you always will, you're going to need someone around to pick you back up. Thank you guys very much for watching, and although this video is short, maybe a little bit sweet, it is just so I can get my thoughts and feelings out there and get the ball rolling again on maybe making something else. I've had the want and urge to make a video for Star Citizen 4.0 for a long time. I simply just do not know what else to say about it. It is just not enough. And maybe that is the problem. Maybe it's not me, maybe it's not us, maybe 4.0 simply isn't enough. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching, and again, I just hope that I can get the ball rolling on some more things. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye for now.